Hey, what's up? What's happening, everybody? OG here. So, I would like to firstly wish you all a very happy new year. I trust that we all got into New Year's safe, and more than anything, we should be grateful for life. We should be grateful for the fact that we made it out of 2022 alive. And I mean, it wasn't an easy year, but in what I could say about it was the most profitable year. And if you were able to make as much money as you made last year, what's going to stop you from making even more this year? But anyway, without wasting any more time, in this video, we're going to be focusing on the yearly overview of NAS100 for those who would like to swing it or scalp throughout the year. And yeah, this is what we have to show you guys. Let's get it. Like I had mentioned, we'll be focusing on NAS100 and the yearly overview we're anticipating on this particular pair. With this analysis, please note that fundamentals will play a huge role with the influx of Nasdaq, whether it's bullish or bearish. But then at the end of the day, we're going to be focusing on right now and what we're expecting uh, as financial market traders throughout the year with this particular pair, right? So most people know that when I'm analyzing, I usually start on the weekly time frame, go down to the daily up until the M15 or 5 minutes, depending on the lot size that I'm using. But in this case, we actually won't be looking at the hourly time frames. We're going to be starting on the daily time frame, going all the way up to 12 months. So the main reason I'm doing this is to basically understand the main overview of what we're expecting on NAS 100. So let's not waste any more time. We'll be doing a very simplified analysis of it. For those who want to learn more, can just simply click on the link below. You guys will be directed to my Telegram group. And for those who are interested in knowing which broker I'm currently trading with, basically trading with one of the best brokers currently, which is, here you go, there it is. So guys, the recommended broker is Infonox. Very simple to open an account. The market execution is instant and the withdrawals are approved within a day and you will have your capital in no time. All you do is simply click on the link provided below, choose whether you want MT4 or MT5, and unfortunately I can't show you guys everything on here because I already have an account with Infonox. And let me just, I think it's going to show you guys right there, and you just simply pick whatever country you're in, select your date of birth, so on and so forth, include your details. And fortunately for those in South Africa or those who prefer actually trading with the ZAR, can simply choose that given currency pair. And it's honestly that simple. After that, you click on create account and your account will be created immediately. And that's how you do it. So guys, as previously mentioned, we will be very simplified with this analysis. Remember guys, firstly, we never trade against the trend. And looking at the 12-month time frame, we can see that last year, Nasdaq did not really perform that well. Rather say the top 100 companies in the world did not initially perform that well because we know that is what NAS 100 consists of. That's for those who do not know, right? Here's our candlestick for 2022. Here's our candlestick for 2021 and the years 2020, so on and so forth, right? So looking at this, we can tell that 2022 was a very bad year for the NAS 100. And then looking at 2023, we can see that it started on a very bearish formation, right? So let me just put our rectangle here just so we can see the zone it is trapped in. Remember, guys, this is for people who would like to perhaps, let me just say, swing on NAS 100. Let me just put the other candlestick, well, no, the rectangle right here. With this alone, we can tell the zone NAS 100 is trapped in. From a simplified perspective, one could simply say that, let me get the brush, one could simply say that, okay, listen, we had NAS 100 reach the overall high and get to a retracement, our reversal level, which was the resistance level, which is this one. And now we're expecting NAS 100 to drop up until this point, which is 7648.15, right? Then from there onwards, what goes up must come down, and it's always a matter of buying low and selling high. You know what I mean? So we could expect Nasdaq to reach this overall point throughout the year and then have a continuation to the downside. But wait a minute, we're not too certain yet. We need to make sure we go deeper in depth and understand what is actually going on with NAS100. Remember, this is just an overview. We're going down to smaller time frames, and the lowest time frame when we're going down onto is either the weekly or the daily time frame. So now let's look at the 6 months. 6 months is relatively similar to the 12-month time frame. As we can see here, in the past 6 months, Nasdaq has also been very, very bearish, and it still looks like it's going to be bearish. From my analysis alone, I could say that it could simply form something similar to a double bottom, or as some people would call it, a double, no, an M formation, right? So it could simply reverse here, have a continuation to the upside, come back down, or there could be other ways it could go about, right? Another thing, Nasdaq could come all the way down here and reach this level of support and have a continuation to the upside, because remember, Nasdaq is always supposed to be buying, right? And the main reason Nasdaq is buying, let me give you guys a bit more information. The main reason we always say that Nasdaq is always bullish is due to the fact that the top 100 companies, every company always aims at making profit. So with this stipulated here, that's actually quite bad for the companies, and we're hoping that they could actually do better. These companies include like Apple, Microsoft, so on and so forth. But we'll get into depth with that later on, right? So now we don't have a very clear perspective of what's really happening right here, because the anticipated move is for Nasdaq to reach the support level, break out, or reach the support level, have a continuation to the upside, get to the resistance, break out, or do a false breakout and continue going down. So let's look at 3 months and see what we can expect. Okay. With 3 months, it's also showing something similar, but now here's the beauty about breaking down um, the chart and going to lower time frames. Remember, on 12 months, we saw that Nasdaq is still very bearish. On 6 months, we saw that it's still very bearish, and unless we see some signs of reversal or anything that could give us potential confirmation for a change of direction. In this case, we have the spinning top. For those who know what the spinning top is, the spinning top is a candlestick that is used as a sign of reversal. So this is very beautiful to see, because this simply means that the year closed off in the past 3 months. The past 3 months, this was the candlestick that closed, which was also a sign of reversal. So with it being like this, we could possibly have, let me just draw the support level right here. Remember, guys, when you're drawing your trend line, you must make sure that your trend line is touching at least a minimum of three candlesticks. So make sure that it touches in order to ensure that your candlestick is valid, right? Let me go for the support level and the resistance level. Let me just place those properly. Okay, in this case, the resistance level will not be touching as many candlesticks because we're expecting it to have a push to the upside. So currently, from what we have, in a very simplified manner, we could possibly say that Nasdaq is yet to reverse because of this candlestick formation that we currently have going on in this zone. So with this, what the market is basically communicating is that, listen, we are expecting signs of reversal, and we're expecting the economy to potentially perform better, which simply means that we could have a bullish momentum, right? Cool. Let me clear that for you guys so that I don't confuse you when going to lower time frames and simply breaking it down. Awesome. Now let's look at the monthly time frame. As you guys can see that we have NAS100 trapped in this channel right over here. And with this alone, the people that know how to use the Elliott wave. For those who don't know what the Elliott wave is, I'll be creating another YouTube video giving a much more clearer perspective of what the Elliott wave is. But with the Elliott wave, we can tell that the overall breakout of NAS100 is going to be what? It's going to be bearish, and we can tell that from here, right? So now with the channel alone, we can see that, okay, we actually are expecting a very bullish year on NAS100, you know. So now let's look at the weekly time frame. Now this is where I love to put my trend lines and analyze. So in this case, we saw that we put our overall trend line over here to identify the channel where Nasdaq has been trapped in. And with this alone, we can say that we can simply put another support level. Let's just put the support level right here. I'll adjust it shortly and have our resistance level right at the top. So guys, here is the beauty about it. Most of my students can already see what we're expecting from this. We are expecting a very bullish year on NAS100. For those who would like to keep track on this, watch this exact video on the 3rd of January in 2024, where we'll be expecting NAS100 to be somewhere here. Right? From this alone, we can tell that we have a young double bottom, which is the first touch, the second touch, the first leg, and we're expecting the other leg to reach this level. So what we're expecting is that we could have a possible retest to the downside and have a continuation to the upside where NAS100 must break this overall line. So remember, after every breakout, there's also a retest. So we're expecting, please excuse my line as it's not perfect, but we're expecting a small breakout here, and then a reversal to the line and a continuation to the upside. And that is what we are expecting on NAS100. But let's go deeper in depth and chop it down on lastly the daily time frame. Okay, let me just delete these things for you guys so that you don't get confused. You know, the more tools you add on your trading view, the more understanding you get. But for some people, it might be a bit confusing, especially if you're not really used to the financial market. Yes, guys. So for those who did not see what I saw on the weekly time frame, which is the double bottom or the W formation, here it is. Remember, it does not always have to be straight. It does not always have to be straight. And as we can see here, we're having a retest to this current neckline, which is going to be the current support, which was the previous resistance level. And then it's going to continue going all the way up, right? So now with that being said, please note this is a very simplified understanding for students out there who are having a difficult time analyzing the markets. And this is what we can expect on NAS100 in 2023, right? So guys, like I had said, we're not going to be going deeper in depth and using the strategy I simply use, but this is a strategy to make you guys understand the financial market a bit better. You know, trading forex is very difficult, but then with proper understanding, nothing is impossible. So for myself, OG, there you have it, guys. Good luck to the rest of the trading year, and I wish you guys all a very profitable year. And throughout the year, we'll be keeping track on this specific video and seeing the progress that we're making on NAS 100. So for myself, OG, signing out.